What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be breaking down UFC 324, Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje. I'm just going to go through the 5 fights on the main card, break them down, and give my predictions. This is a super exciting card, and after like the last, 7 weeks, everybody's starving for a card, so I honestly couldn't be more excited. The main card opens with a bang right away with Arnold Allen versus Jean Silva.
Because everyone calls me autistic, saying we're two different ends of the spectrum. You've got the loud barking autistic, and then you've got the quiet awkward autistic. And I'm like, yeah, I can't even deny it.
This has been one of my most anticipated fights of the card for sure. I'm a fan of both of these guys' styles, as they're both super exciting strikers. Arnold Allen likes to keep it really technical and use his footwork, which is really great. He moves super good on his feet, as well as his pressure to get inside and land his attacks, which often include his super sharp left hand. I feel like people are kind of overlooking Arnold in this matchup, mostly just because of his inactivity due to injuries lately. He hasn't fought since 2024, I believe, and I really don't think that he should be getting overlooked as much as he is. I think that he's a phenomenal fighter. He's only lost to Max Holloway and Movsar Evloev at featherweight, which are two really good contenders, and a lot of people think that he arguably won the Movsar fight. Jean Silva's striking is super explosive and powerful, and I'm honestly a pretty big fan of his style. He has shown a really strong fight IQ. He'll take his time, make the reads, and punish any opening that he finds. I feel like one of the things that impresses me the most about his style is the way that he can counter off of the back foot. He's so good at catching people right as they come in with their strikes and finding any little hole and landing a shot just as they come in. I rate both of these guys super highly in this division, and I think that it's going to be a very competitive fight at times. But I think that if Jean Silva keeps it technical and makes the requisite reads like I know that he can, like he has in past performances, I think that he can really punish the way that Arnold Allen enters into the pocket. And I can really see him punishing Arnold's left hand. I think that the first round's going to be super competitive. Arnold Allen might even pick it up. But I really do see Jean making the reads, finding the counter shot, and landing something on Arnold as he comes into range in the second round. I think that this is going to be a Jean Silva second round TKO. I think he's going to put him down, maybe a left hook as Arnold comes in with his own left hook, or maybe a straight right as he slips to the outside, and I think he'll follow up with ground shots to get the TKO. Yo, my cat's tweaking it. Next up is Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. This isn't a fight that has really grabbed my attention much, but it is an interesting matchup between two technical strikers. I haven't seen much of Natalia Silva, but I was studying her tape before making this video, and I was impressed with what I saw. She's lightning fast, moves really good on her feet, constantly stays in motion, throws a lot of feints out, and she's super good at whipping kicks off of the lead leg. And with that footwork that she's using, where she's just constantly moving, she controls range really well. She doesn't let her opponent get too close to her, and when they do come in, she does a really good job of sliding out and countering with a hook. She's also constantly just throwing shots out for her opponent. Rose Namajunas is a big name in women's MMA. She's been around for a while. She's a powerful and technical kickboxer who does have really good skills. But it seems like in recent years, she's slowed down a bit, and she doesn't throw with as much intent or killer instinct as she used to, and her volume has seemed to gone down. I can see Rose having moments in this fight, but I mostly see Natalia controlling it with her movement, with her diverse arsenal of strikes and kicks. And I really think she's just going to out-volume Rose over the 3 rounds. I think that Natalia Silva is going to take home a pretty comfortable 30-27 unanimous decision. The next fight up is Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. This isn't a fight that has really drawn me to this card or excited me a ton, but it is definitely one that could potentially be a banger. Both of these guys are really hard hitters, and both of them are coming off some nice little knockout streaks. Waldo has really been picking up some momentum lately, fought 5 times last year, and he's already getting off to an early start this year. Costa seems to favor his boxing. He really likes to throw a lot of straight shots, a lot of jabs and crosses. And one thing that I've noticed that he really loves is pulling back and countering with a cross, usually pulling back from his opponent's jab. He does a good job staying in front of his opponent, managing space, and landing those straight shots while mitigating his opponent's offense. Derek Lewis is a big star of the sport, and simply put, he is the Black Beast.
With the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot. I forgot a few hours before the fight, Donald Trump called me and told me I got knocked this Russian motherfucker out because they're making him look bad on the news. You know, him and Putin and shit. Fuck what they talking about. USA in this hole.
He will just go in there swinging, and he will go out swinging. He just loves to wing massive power shots and just go for the kill. And there's a reason why he has the most knockouts in UFC history. And you can never fully count him out of a fight. He was a pretty sizable underdog in that last one against Talison Teixeira. And he just came out, won a massive left hook and put him down, followed up with ground and pound. And he loves to throw some wild shit sometimes, like flying switch kicks and flying switch knees. Between the two of them, I think Waldo Cortez Acosta will have the more technical and clean striking. I can definitely see him controlling the range and using his straight shots to out-volume Derek Lewis. One thing I think he does have to be mindful of is how he gets backed up against the fence. If he gets pushed back too hard and Derek swings a big shot, it could be the end of the night for him. Although Waldo Cortez Acosta has shown to have a pretty good chin. I think he'll mostly control him at distance, use those straight shots, and pepper at him. I can see him getting hurt sometime in the fight, but I think he will tough it out because he has shown to be very tough. My final prediction for this fight is for a Waldo Cortez Acosta unanimous decision, probably 29-28. This is another fight that gets me really excited. Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. O'Malley! These are two young, hungry, talented strikers who are going to go in there and scrap. I don't really see a way in which this fight can end up being boring. Sean has some of the nicest striking to watch in the UFC. He uses his movement so well. He's constantly feinting and changing angles and just staying super light on his feet, moving in and out, and not letting his opponent be able to pin him down or get a read on him. This movement often gives him a defensive edge, and then it allows him to really set up his strikes in a really creative way. His offense is super nice to watch, and some of the stuff that he does is just really, really sweet. I honestly pick up a good amount of things in my game from Sean O'Malley. Song Yadong's bread and butter is his hands. He's technical, tight, and just keeps it sharp. He puts his shots together super well, and they're usually very explosive and powerful. I think that this fight is going to be super fun, and I think it's going to be competitive at times, but I do think that Sean O'Malley is really going to pull away from him. I think that his movement and his creativity in there is what's going to make the difference in this matchup. I think that it's going to get pretty overwhelming for Song Yadong at points with the way that Sean moves, with the way he creates angles, with the way that he feints, and just with the way that he's going to be throwing his strikes. While Song will have moments in my eyes, primarily with that explosive and technical boxing, I think Sean's really going to be able to pull away from him, dominate the rounds, and put some damage on Song, taking the fight by decision. My final prediction for this fight is a Sean O'Malley 30-27 unanimous decision. Now for the main event, I was honestly really stressed out trying to make a prediction for this fight. This is an insanely exciting fight between two superstars in this sport.
What are you going to nickname Justin Gaethje?
That was easy. Gay cheese. Gay cheese.
And even though there's a good amount of controversy with Arman not being in the position of this fight.
Oh, this is gay shit.
And even though it's not an undisputed championship, I think that this is a great fight to headline the first Paramount card. Paddy Pimblett's really coming into his game, and he's shown so much improvement in his last few fights. He has great grappling, such a strong submission threat on the ground, and he really possesses some great ground and pound, which he showed off in that Michael Chandler fight. And Paddy's striking is the area in which he's shown so much improvement. It still looks awkward at times, but it's very effective, and it showed to be very effective in that Michael Chandler fight. He has a great kicking game. He controls distance pretty well, and even though the techniques look pretty unorthodox, it shows to be very powerful. And Justin Gaethje is the highlight. He is a veteran striker who is ready to just unload dynamite from his hands and his legs at any point. He's going for it all on his final title run. I expect this fight to be very back and forth, very competitive, and very exciting. I think both guys will get hurt. I think both guys will find success, and it's going to be awesome. But I do think that with the youth and with the hunger and with the well-roundedness of the new generation of MMA coming into the scene, I think that Paddy will start to pull away from Justin. I can see him hurting Justin on the feet, even though I do think that that's where Justin will hold the advantage. And I see Paddy really showing his level on the ground. It won't be easy by any means, but I do think that he will get Justin on the ground. I think he will land good shots, and I think he will chase the submission. I do not believe that this fight will end early. I think it's going to go to the championship rounds, and I see Paddy getting to Justin's back from the clinch while standing and getting a standing rear naked choke in round 4 after an absolute war. So my final prediction for the main event is Paddy Pimblett with a round 4 submission with a rear naked choke. If you made it this far into the video, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I'd love to hear what your opinions of my picks are, what your guys' picks are in the comments. I really don't like going through the cards and picking all of the favorites because everybody that I did pick is favored pretty heavily, honestly. But sometimes there is good reason for that. I'm kind of expecting there to be an upset in one of these fights. Maybe Derek Lewis is going to throw some crazy bomb and put Acosta down. Or maybe Gaethje's just going to put a bomb on Paddy. But you never know, and that's what's so exciting about this sport. Thank you all again for watching. Bye.